And let's be honest, it's one of the hardest national parks to get to in the U.S. But so far, it's been completely worth it. Walking through the fort is like stepping back in time. You can see the massive cannons still, the dark corridors, and then you can look out at 360-degree views of the ocean.
And honestly, visiting Dry Tortugas feels like stepping into a different world. It's part historic landmark with the fort. It's got part wildlife sanctuary with the birds and the wildlife and the fish. And of course, it's a part tropical paradise.
So whether you're exploring the fort or snorkeling in the reef or looking down at fish like we are right now, or just standing on the edge of the island looking out at the endless-looking ocean.
We're J&B, and at the beginning of 2021, we hit the road. Permanently. We traded our city apartment for a constant stream of Airbnbs, new states, and places. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Come along with us as we explore all the U.S. and beyond has to offer. And join us as we continue
Living on the way.
Hello there, and welcome back to Living on the Way, the podcast where we share our adventures of working remotely, exploring unique places, and finding freedom on the road.
I'm Jay.
And I'm B. And today's episode is a quick take, and today we're bringing you along for a snapshot of a destination that's truly unforgettable, one that took both planning and luck. But we made it. We're here. Dry Tortugas National Park. It's one of the most remote, and it's stunning. And let's be honest, it's one of the hardest national parks to get to in the U.S. But so far, it's been completely worth it.
Yeah, we've been enjoying walking around the island, seeing the birds, and of course, checking out Fort Jefferson. And unlike the Everglades or Biscayne, which are accessible by car or a short boat ride, Dry Tortugas is 70 miles off the coast of Key West. So if you take Highway 1 all the way down to Key West, you still got to go 70 more miles, which makes it only accessible by a ferry or a seaplane, or if you know someone with a boat or a private boat, that would work too.
We took a seaplane or bush plane, I guess. The ones they use in Alaska is what he had said.
1962 model.
Yep. And he told some stories about treasure hunting, about the national park. We saw some sunken ships, saw a few turtles. He says sometimes there's sharks you can see. We didn't see any, but maybe on the way back. It was definitely an experience to get here, and I'm glad we took the seaplane. It was my very first plane, small plane like that.
Yeah, a little prop job. So here on Dry Tortugas, it's actually multiple. It's a cluster of 7 small islands, with this main one being Garden Key. That's where they drop you off at in the seaplane or the boat. And it's where you disembark and see Fort Jefferson. It's a massive, unfinished 19th century fort that takes up most of the island. They started it and worked on it for 30 years and never did finish it. By the time they got around to finishing it, the projectiles from cannons had increased in capacity and increased in the fact that they could be rifled.
Yeah, the rifle cannons.
So that therefore it could penetrate and blow up the wall. So never even did finish it.
That's the wild thing about Dry Tortugas. It's not just a beach paradise, it's history, it's adventure, and it's nature all wrapped up in to one.
Oh yeah, we're sitting here with our feet dangling over the edge around the moat that surrounds the fort, and there's schools of fish going by.
Yeah, so here are some quick facts about Fort Jefferson.
It's the biggest masonry structure in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, it's built with 16 million bricks over 11 acres.
Yeah, it started in the 1840s, but it never did finish, and it never saw any battles.
But they did use it as a military prison during the Civil War.
Yeah, they had some famous inmates that stayed here, including Dr. Samuel Mudd, who was the one that treated John Wilkes Booth's broken leg after Lincoln's assassination.
But the soldiers and the U.S. abandoned the fort because it was just too expensive to keep up as a prison or as a fort.
Yeah, I mean, they started it with the idea of being able to protect the Mississippi River, protect the Gulf, but as it turned out, of course, they never did finish it.
Walking through the fort is kind of like stepping back in time. You can see the massive cannons still, the dark corridors, and then you can look out at 360-degree views of the ocean. And climbing on top of it is actually really fun, really great place to walk around.
Also, a huge part of why people come here is the water. Dry Tortugas has some of the best snorkeling in any national park.
And you can even wade right out into the water from the beach and see fish swimming by from land. And because it's so remote, There's limited visitors per day. So unlike some of the more crowded national parks, you actually get to experience the quiet. Like we're sitting here in a very quiet part on the moat. And there's solitude and a sense of discovery with that feeling of less people. Also, the island is a nesting ground for birds. When we arrived, there was just, hundreds, thousands?
Oh, thousands, tens of thousands.
Just flying around. And I think they're going to shut down part of the island here soon because it is nesting season. This is early March, so I think that's coming soon.
Yeah, the park ranger mentioned that they were going to shut it down here later March. Or part of the island, I should say. Not the whole island, just part of the island.
The fort's open, but the back side of the island where the birds like to nest. That's a good point.
So Dry Tortugas was redesignated a national park in 1992. And honestly, visiting Dry Tortugas feels like stepping into a different world. It's part historic landmark with the fort. It's got part wildlife sanctuary with the birds and the wildlife and the fish. And of course, it's a part tropical paradise.
And the best part? Do you know what the best part is?
We're here?
Exactly, because it's so hard to get to.
You should be here.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so hard to get to, when you get here, you feel like you've earned it. Whether you take the ferry or the seaplane, it really does.
Or you have a rich friend who has a boat that'll drive you here.
You earn that too. So whether you're exploring the fort or snorkeling in the reef or looking down at fish like we are right now, or just standing on the edge of the island looking out at the just endless looking ocean, it's a place that I think is going to stay with us for a long time.
Definitely recommend.
And don't forget to follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. We've got a ton more episodes coming, from Alaska to hopefully finishing all the national parks in the continental U.S. and everything in between. So until next time, we will be
living on the way.